Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Agro Technology Extension 2021. First time in Malaysia doing virtually. And we are coming to the last speaker, but a very, very important subject. We have spoken about climate control. We have spoken about irrigation. We have spoken about biological control. We have spoken about horticulture education. We have spoken about sunlight, tiny sun, LED, and now our body, human body made of 75% to 80% liquid, water. How important is water? If we consume water daily, and if the water is clean, and if the water is healthy, how important our body will be, our physical body, because we on earth, our body maximum, the most of the element in our body is made of water. So same thing goes to the plant. The plant need water. The plant need that liquid. Ladies and gentlemen, this speaker, and today we are not having one, we have two speakers, and they are handsome and beautiful. You will enjoy seeing them in a short while. Let me read about the next speaker, Mr. Robert Brown and Miss Amanda Colling. Mr. Robert is the owner of the company Consume It CC. Let me read the biodata of the speaker. Consume It CC is a South African owned and based company based in South Africa, focusing on improving water quality in an eco-friendly, sustainable manner. Mr. Robert Brown is the owner of Consume It CC, the sole distributor and brand owner of the Prosol range of products based in Centurion, South Africa. He has been working in the agriculture sector for the past 9 years, concentrating on sustainable, eco-friendly products. Consume It CC has been conducting tests and trials with our saturated ionic solution with remarkable success and exciting promise. Ladies and gentlemen, Consume It CC has managed to eliminate Phytophthora and Phytium from irrigation water, along with many other pathogens, while leaving the water fit for human consumption and with no harmful residues, while promoting growth and better yields. Ladies and gentlemen, what a remarkable product, what a remarkable invention. As we said, Jabatan Pertanian really care for the people. Majority of the people are getting sick and illness and disease. One of the reasons is the pathogens in the water. And here we are, a noble soul who has invented a wonderful technology, a product to be shared with us. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite all the Malaysians to welcome Mr. Robert Brown and Ms. Amanda Colling to share. Are you there, Mr. Robert Brown and Ms. Amanda?
Thank you, Mr. Ravi.
Can you hear me?
Thank you, Mr. Ravi. Yes, we can. Thank you.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you.
We Malaysians are grateful to you, and we would like to pass the floor to you to take on the journey where Malaysia will remain healthy, wealthy, and safe. The floor is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ravi, and thank you, the Department of Agriculture, for the opportunity to address the webinar. We have a innovative product. It's a saturated ionic solution. It is water soluble and, excuse me, I'm having issues with my sharing now. There we go.
Audio.
Yes, sorry. Start my slideshow.
So where is it now?
There we go. I don't know where it's gone. There it is.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, Prosol. Prosol is a saturated ionic solution, which is water soluble. It is diluted in water. It effectively controls waterborne pathogens. And as Mr. Ravi said, it is perfectly safe for human consumption. Now, why not use conventional fertilizers, bactericides and fungicides? Well, over the years, they have been used extensively and created damage. So I'd like to just lay a little bit of background with a extract from a Netflix documentary called Kiss the Ground.
There's so much bad news about our planet, it's overwhelming. Truth is, I've given up. This is the story of a simple solution, a way to heal our planet. The solution is right under our feet, and it's as old as dirt.
All of our soils that are under chemical conventional agriculture are almost completely devoid of microorganisms.
Modern agriculture was not designed for the betterment of the soil.
Fossil fuels are by no means the only thing that is causing climate change. When we damage soils, carbon goes back to the atmosphere.
But when we destroy soil, it releases carbon dioxide.
Biosequestration is using plants, trees, and techniques of grazing and farming to capture carbon and store it in the soil.
We can fix a lot of our climate issues to bring the CO2 down into a living plant and put it back into the soil where it belongs.
Plants working with soil microorganisms, it seems too simple.
Healthy soils lead to a healthy plant, healthy human, healthy climate.
There could be a way to eat food that heals the planet.
The problem isn't the animal. The problem is where the animals are at.
How do we take waste and repurpose and reuse it, because it's really not waste? The poop has to stay in the loop.
Compost is just one of a suite of soil-based carbon capture solutions.
We know how to do it. And if we continue to scale over 30 years, we can reverse global warming.
We can get the Earth back to the Garden of Eden that it once was by regeneration. To see biodiversity return to a place that was completely devastated, that gives me hope.
Our health and the health of our planet are connected.
If you look over here, my neighbor's land that has been chemical fallow, then you look over at our paddocks, you have a diversity of different plant species. Which model do you want your food to be produced from? The answer is pretty simple to me.
I'll make you a deal. I won't give up, and neither should you.
What is Prosol Agri? Prosol Agri is a unique product. In formulation, it's one of a kind. In function, it solves multiple agricultural problems. Originally formulated to sanitize water because of its pathogen eliminating capacities, consumer deduced from small homegrown trials several years ago that plant growth is enhanced when you use the product to irrigate plants in solution. The formula was adjusted to suit the agricultural sector, and new farm trials began to establish plant growth enhancement, as well as fungicidal and agricultural waterborne pathogen infestation eradication. This was a very exciting period in our development. The ionic solution's key activates include gold nitrate, silver nitrate, and copper nitrate. You'll note there are no sulfates here at all. Prosol Agri does not contain any sulfates because sulfates are a major pollutant in the water cycle. And it's one of the big problems that has been caused by the sulfates in agriculture in the past. So Prosol Agri in its dosed form confirms the SANS 241 drinking water quality standards. So here you have a pathogen eliminator that is perfectly safe for human consumption and enhances plant growth. It is a liquid that is diluted with water at various rates, which the rates are determined by the problem being treated and the severity of the problem. And the products are eco-friendly and non-toxic, and they combat many of the conventional agricultural and soil and water problems being caused by fungicides and fertilizers that have been traditionally used recently. So it has two functions. It enhances plant growth as the first function. And with that in mind, we need to bring back the days of manure and clean water to grow crops, as in the movie. The poop needs to stay in the loop. To meet the demands of a growing population, agriculture had to adapt to try and meet these demands. But in the process, the use of undesirable chemicals and fertilizers became widespread. And it's created all sorts of problems. It's destroyed the soil chemistry and the bio in the soil. And it's actually become a serious problem. So consumer, with the help of Prosol Agri, we'd like to change the modern age trend, and believe that most farmers would agree with that. So here's two fields of spring onions, the same age, and you can see the difference between being treated with conventional fertilizers and Prosol Agri diluted in water. A lot of our trials have been carried out in partnership with the Agricultural Research Council of South Africa, and we've had some very encouraging results. We've recently also signed a memorandum of understanding with the University of Pretoria to further investigate the various uses of Prosol in growth enhancement and pathogen eliminating. And what we've learned so far in the trials out in the field with Prosol Agri is that there's no bioaccumulation in the soil. In other words, we cannot create toxicity in the soil through the use of this product, even at high concentrations. And we've achieved results showing much better growth rates and yields on various crops. And the major thing that we've achieved, of course, is the eradication of waterborne pathogens. So I'm going to hand over to Amanda now to deal with the technical aspects of the elements that are in the solution.
All right. When we talk about zinc prevents short internodes and decreased leaf size. Now, a typical example is the picture on the right. The internode in between the leaf shoots are quite important in plant growth to elongate the stem. Now, if we look at the little diagram that I've got there, that shows you how many roles zinc play in the agricultural side of the plant, what it does. And I don't want to bore you to go through all of them, but we'll get through the whole lot of them. So zinc works in conjunction with copper, and zinc works in conjunction with silver nitrate. But we'll get to those. Okay, so zinc also assists in the maturity and the growth and the yield times of plants. The plant on the left-hand side is a lot greener, darker green than the one on the right. Now, the one on the right is a typical indication that the plant has got a deficiency of zinc. So we can quite easily identify it when we look at crops to see, even without the soil analysis. the next picture, you'll see that the top leaves have got like a white line in it, and that's also an indication of a zinc deficiency. Now, zinc alone synthesizes over 300 enzymes, which are responsible to produce amino acids in a plant, which are the proteins. It also assists with the chlorophyll formation. And then it's very important to know that the carbohydrate formation to produce the stem and the outer shield of the plant is influenced by the zinc. Your seed production is enhanced, and we find that we get quite an increase in the amount of seeds if we use our ProSol Agri for irrigation. And the sugars, the starches, are converted to sugars also by the assistance of zinc. Zinc also stabilizes RNA and DNA structures, and it plays a role in controlling the gene expressions. And the gene expression is more than likely, you guys are familiar with that, but that is what depends the fertility of the product itself. Now, when we get to copper and zinc play a big role. They are great friends. They are great partners. It plays a part in the photosynthetic electron transport chain. Now, that's a very big word, and it's a very big picture. The diagram, if you look at the blue top right, in the top of it, there's a little thing that looks like a little blue pumpkin. That is the copper molecule that enters the nucleus of the plant. And what they then do is, inside the nucleus of the plant, there is a little hole, like a plug hole in a wall, where you would plug in a toaster or a kettle, and it goes and it implants itself in there. Now, it works along with the zinc to do this properly. So plants, the inside of a plant, if one looks at a microscope, is very complex. All right, the next one is the redox active transport metal process. And that is also a rather chemical process where your copper plays a process in the ion exchange. When Robert was talking just now about we don't leave a residual of zinc, copper, and silver in the soil, and this is the reason why not. There's an ion exchange that takes place. So the copper nitrate exchanges molecules with, say, the zinc, and you might end up with a zinc oxide or a copper oxide or a nitrate again. So that is how those work together. Now, the last ingredient in our product is silver nitrate, and silver nitrate is starting to play a vital part in agriculture. And there is a very good reason for that, because all the things that you see indicated on that plant indicates where silver nitrate goes. It first of all helps the plant to absorb a lot more nutrients through the roots. It regulates the ethylene production. Now, ethylene production in plants is very, very important. The ethylene level in plants is what decides whether the plant is going to flower, how long it's going to flower for, and when the fruit or the vegetable is going to reach maturity. So when farmers start using our product, they will know when to lengthen the process. If you are a tulip or a rose growing farmer, if you want longer stems, you would know when to irrigate with our product to produce a much longer stem and a much better flower with richer colors. It improves the fruit quality. We find that fruit are becoming more evenly sized, evenly shaped, and they all have a much brighter, darker color to it. We also increase the number of leaves, the height of the plant. And the one thing that is quite interesting is that the buds of the flower, if you have a tomato plant or a strawberry plant or any plant for that matter, you find that per centimeter you will have more flowers that actually turn into fruit than you would if you did not use our product. There is also the plant, the epinasty, the stem bend, stems don't bend as much. We have less part plants dropping, so therefore you will have more fruit or more vegetables growing.
Okay, back to me. That's the growth enhancing side of the product. The product also eliminates pathogens. Because of its capacity to eliminate E. coli, salmonella, coliforms, and a whole host of bacteria in the water, we decided to tackle a few well-known crop destroyers. The first two, Phytophthora and Pythium, are very common in all our water sources here in South Africa anyway, and I think most of the world, and they are a massive problem to farmers worldwide. We did a trial on the banks of the Crocodile River in Nelspruit in conjunction with the Agricultural Research Council, who oversaw the trial, to make sure that we followed correct protocols. And I would like to show you a slide showing the difference between the treated and untreated samples. As you can see on the left, there's a heavy infestation of fungi, and on the right, it's totally clean. We achieved 100% kill rate. And another thing that we are promoting is our soil bacteria product. Soil bacteria are used to break down nutrients into a format that the plant can use it, from protein, like dry animal blood, to ammonia within 3 days, calcium within days instead of months. A whole range of bacterial products, we call it the Eco range, are available for your needs. Sorry, yeah, there we go. Biodynamic restart, Amanda.
All right, this is one of the basic products. We find that over the years, with all the pesticides that's been used, if you do not have the right microbiome, if you do not have the right soil bacteria, your plant cannot absorb nutrients. So in this particular product is for a piece of soil that has been declared dead, that cannot grow anything, where we have 6 species of specially selected soil bacteria. We've got a whole range of Bacillus subtilis, Lichtiformis, coagulans, Clausi, Megatherium, Amyloliquefaciens, and then we have got 100 million colony forming units per milliliter. So that is a whole lot of bacteria, because that bacteria is needed to break down the fertilizers and the carbon for the plant to make use of it.
So, ProSol Agri. So all you need to do is ask. We can sanitize agricultural water to eradicate waterborne pathogens. The product adds vital minerals to enhance growth and yields. Again, minerals to protect against fungi and Phytophthora, etc. Helps to ensure that the groundwater stays clean, which gives us clean aquifers for the future. and we can put the soil bacteria back in the soil. So we have a wide range of benefits to the agricultural industry with a very innovative product. So in conclusion, there's no reason why you should not be using ProSol Agri on your crops. Whether it's you're trying to revive dying trees which are infected by Phytophthora or Pythium, or just to boost the crop's yield and immune system in an environmentally positive way without worrying about adverse effects. We have many success stories to back our claims up, and our latest success story is an endorsement from SAMAC, the South African Macadamia Association, who fully support our quest to help struggling farmers. Our export market is obviously of vital importance to the South African economy. And if we can make a difference to increase the exports by increasing the yields with our superior products, then we will have filled a part of our mission. So, thank you very much. Questions, please?
Mr. Robert and Ms. Amanda, thank you so much for your wonderful sharing. Actually, it's an opening for the growers. There are two questions, by the way. Let us take these two questions. First question is from Padma Devi, Anapropan Chalapa. How is the effectiveness of the product upon growth at cellular level?
Amanda?
I don't understand the question.
Okay.
Just something.
Can I repeat the question?
Yes,
How is the effectiveness of the product upon growth at cellular level?
It has a very good, if I understand right, they want to know if it will get the growth, enhanced growth. Is that what you're asking?
I believe it is, she's asking the effectiveness of the product upon, yes, the growth at the cell level, cellular level.
At the cell, no, everything happens at cell level. So so from the cell level, so in other words, the cell level will function better, because if we have got the right bacteria to absorb the nutrients, that will then the cellular level will increase, because a good cellular level will produce a much better plant. So yes, the answer is a definite yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And there is another question from Chan Hong Hoi. Sir, does this ProSol will increase water hardness and pH? And do it will biodegradable in soil? Thanks.
Okay, the product is actually a water softener.
Yes.
It is not a water hardener. The pH remains the same. And yes, it is biodegradable.
Yeah, and then in addition, I just want to add that if anybody has problems with high or low pH in the soil, we have got a bacteria additive that will do that the natural way with the additive of bacteria.
Wow. Actually, we are really fortunate to have both of you with us today in as though as I'm sitting with you in Malaysia, Mr. Robert and Ms. Amanda. Thank you so much for being with us. And on behalf of 32 million Malaysians, from our heart, our sincere gratitude to both of you for your precious time and your innovation. I believe the growers in Malaysia will visit your virtual booth, and I hope there are a lot more questions will be asked, because the virtual booth will be displayed for 30 days, next 30 days. So this is a great arrangement by Department of Agriculture of Malaysia, because they do care for the community of Malaysia. And once again, thank you so much for Consumit CC to be with us. And the viewers, please stay tuned. I have some announcement to be made. Thanks again, Mr. Robert and Ms. Amanda Colling. Thank you so much. And
Thank you, Mr. Ravi,
we would
and
like
the
to see.
department.
Yes, we wish to see you again soon in our country. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of the first day virtual agro-technology extension 2021 program designed and organized by Department of Agriculture of Malaysia. I would like to wrap up the whole session today. The international speakers, 7 of them from Priva, Netherlands, from Ridwan, Netherlands, from Power Plants, Australia, from Coppet, Netherlands, from Lentis Education Group, Netherlands, Tiny Sun from Korea, and finally from South Africa, Consume It. What a wonderful technology, wonderful people. And the earth is so fortunate to have the speakers who shared today, and a big prayer and thank to the founders of these 7 marvelous organizations, and also a big thanks for those who brought them to Malaysia. Really, really grateful to all the 7 international speakers. And then on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to thank Mr. Murugan Achutam, the ABS Green Tech Chief Operating Officer, to coordinate with the Department of Agriculture to make this even a big success. Special thanks to our former Director General of Department of Agriculture, Dato' Haji Nasir bin Waris, a great man which has a very great mind to ensure that this program happen, and a special thanks to him. And also not forgetting the chairman of MTDC and also the chairman of MIDF, Tan Sri Abdurrahman Mahmad, who always believe in technology, and he has inspired us for many, many years to ensure that this technology sharing must happen in Malaysia, and that is the way forward. And finally, a big, big thanks to Department of Agriculture as well as Ministry of Agriculture, our beloved Yang Berhormat, Dato' Sri Dr. Ronald Kiandi, our Honorable Minister of Agriculture. Despite of his busy schedule, he managed to record and managed to do the opening, officiate of this historical virtual agro-technology extension 2021 marvelously. He did a very good opening address, and also a big, big thanks to the deputy ministers, both the deputy ministers of Ministry of Agriculture for being with us, spending their precious time. A big thanks to KSU of Mafi, a big thanks to the deputy KSU of Mafi, and a big thanks to Department of Agriculture. The whole team, I can see how they work, not 1 day, 2 days. Imagine a days of sleepless night. I'm telling the country is changing. Country is changing. I can see the Department of Agriculture people respond to our message 11:30 midnight, 12 midnight. They work round the clock. The government is ready. Department is ready to facilitate. Are you ready? Ask this question in your heart. We cannot complain anymore. We have technology. We have financial resources where bank can give you the financing. We have international companies ready to help our growers. And we have Department of Agriculture open the heart and work together with all of you. What else we need? We have ministry, the minister who really go down to the people and help. Our Dato' Sri Ronald Kiandi, thanks to him. We have his deputy, 2 big generals with him. And we have the missionary of, through the KSU office, we have the total facilitation body, Department of Agriculture, to take, to handhold you. And what else we need? Malaysia will go for export market one day. And don't miss the program tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow I can see the lineup of speakers. They're going to share the entire, from Sabah, from Sarawak, from the development, pembangunan, yeah, from Pharma, from Malaysian Fruit Association, yeah, from, as well as from Asia. No, I can see a big arrangement has been made tomorrow. Please tune in. And on behalf of Jabatan Pertanian Malaysia, I would like to wrap up the session today with a simple We can call it poem in Bahasa Melayu, Bahasa Ibunda, Bahasa Kebangsaan. A very simple one. If tersilap kata, minta maaf ya, I'm going to just recite this small pantun lah. Kalau silap, jangan marah ya. I'm trying my best because today is our international event. I spoke all the while in English. I would like to end with my lovely language. That is Bahasa Melayu. 1, 2, 3. This is how it goes. Bila siang, sang surya terang. DOA, jadi teman bergirang. Bila malam, tidak berbulan atau tiada berbulan, DOA akan tetap menjadi pemandu jalan. Thank you so much for the wonderful event organized and see you again. Stay tuned. And Miss Nadia is going to have such a beautiful girl, beautiful voice. She's going to see you in a short while. Don't go anywhere. Sit there and stay tuned. Once again, thank you.